Greetings, friends. Today we'll continue our journey in pit of Milita. All are welcome here, save demons such as you from the sentencing. Having bested the withdrawn in a convincing manner, you and the others have some moments to recover from the ordeal in the relatively safety of the black wagon. So, when can we get out of here? What? Greentail had enough on Admiral Tess hospitality for the time. Ah, Jadi. Yeah, thanks. I'm good. The reader and the stars will point the way, as ever. It's just so far. We've kept on going north, if that's the case again this time. The Sea of Solis spreads north and west from here, for untold leagues. I could not tell you when last a vessel dared to sail those waters. This asserts himself during the conversation. What is the matter, little one? Rahum! Jesus is trying to get you to come look at something outside the wagon. Reader, please go see what he wants. You excuse yourself and follow the imp into the dark of night. You find Pyre and the lone minstrel already gazing up at the stars. Can you read the stars yourself, then Mr. Minstrel? I fear it is not so simple as matters of can or cannot when it comes to me, Fa. We shall see what the reader has to say, for this is his charge. And here he is, in fact. Thank you for fetching him, Tiza. Scriham! Tiza is happy to have obliged the lone minstrel. Reader, it will seem the skies have cleared to some extent. Please look upon the stars and see where they compel us to go next. So we go and look to see the destination. We see the Jomur, the dark star, slightly glowing, but is it enough? And then Orest, does your star shines bright in the far? Does your star burns bright over the ruins of a lost frigate in the Sea of Solis? As Jodarel was afraid. The eyes beckon you still farther north, toward the middle of the Sea of Solis. That's not good. You're joking, right, chum? Does the reader seem the joking type to you, Greentail? We do not argue with the stars. You talk like we can just go right into the water. Pardon my interruption, so perhaps we can. Say what? My client, Sandalwood. He has a way of anticipating such eventualities. West of here lies a place called Big Bertrude's. The proprietor is an old companion of his. She may be able to assist us. A small bog dweller outpost at the edge of the sea. Hedwin smile returns. That sounds like our best shot right now. Let's pack it up and move as soon as possible. So we go inside the black wagon to see lone minstrel before we part. Greetings, reader. It is good that you are here, for there is something that I wish to tell you privately. Do you have a moment? I shall not keep you long, so I know your time is precious. So we hear him out. You bid him to continue and make clear your interest in whatever he has to say. Very well, and thank you for your time. And I should further note, matters that pertain directly to the rights I must reveal to you alone, for thus I am obliged. In any case, when you confronted the withdrawn, and which Admiral You might recall she tend to invoke a certain name. Yislach, the Astral-born. I hesitate to say it even now. You will be forgiven if you took the ravings of Admilte for mere nonsense. However, her words, as it turns out, ring with a certain truth. Before the union of the 8 scribes, when first they found themselves here in the downside, this land was even less hospitable, if that can be believed. It was ruled over by the greater titans. The one called Islach was the eldest and most foremost of the lot. The greater titans are colossal monsters that once roamed the downside. Just the same, the scribes managed to defeat it. They later used Islach's own hide and ether to bind the Book of Rights. However, Islach did not truly die, for by some accounts, it seems to be incapable of death. The creature is regenerating even now, so very, very slowly. Its vow is to devour this land and everything in it. Only then can it return into whatever plane that banished it to ours. So, in a way, it is an exile, just like you. If ever should the creature be reborn, it shall be many ages hence. Thus, the ravings of Admilte are more or less inconsequential for the while. Yet, the history of Islach is inexorably linked to the rites, and therefore must be known. The thorough research of the book shall lead you to discover more in time. I hope all this is of some reassurance, and now I leave you to your more immediate concerns. I shall go check to see how everyone is faring at this time. He heads out into the evening, bidding you a good rest of the evening. Not having anything else to do, we go and continue our journey. This is the place. Let us go to see my client's companion as soon as you are ready. So we seek. Big Bertrude's is a sickly gathering of bog dwellers who stay within shadows, yet you can feel their eyes surveying everything. The lone minstrel steps forward. Sandalwood sent us. Those words are enough to make the bog dwellers snap to attention. They emerge from the mud and dark and begin inspecting your black wagon with their strange tools. One of the bog dwellers litters forth. She is larger than the rest, and leaves no doubt that she commands the others. Thou speakest the name Sandalwood. We will know his whereabouts. Reveal them to us. Good day to you, Big Bertrude. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, for Sandalwood always spoke highly of you and your handiwork. Ah, he did he? In turn, we know who thou must be. Yet, thou speakest of the past. Sandalwood, does he yet live? Speak plain and quickly. To be quite frank with you, madame, I do not know for certain, for I have been apart from him for some time, carrying out his will. So, I have every faith that Sandalwood lives. As for his current whereabouts, I understand that he awaits us somewhere near Walking Wood, beyond the waters. We wish to seek him there, so, as you can see, our wagon is ill-suited for the task. The one called Bertrude frowns at this, studying the lone minstrel all the while. Ah, indeed. Then leave us, return at dawn, that is all. By your grace, Big Bertrude. The lone minstrel turns away, but Hedwig stops him. Hold on, are you sure about this? Leaving the wagon in their care? All should be in accordance with my client's plan. You keep calling Sandalwood your client. He must reward you well. In a manner of speaking, he helped me find a sense of purpose I thought lost. Edwin knows of this, then turns to you. Well, my friend, I guess we'll see what happens, right? I'm off to let the others know. You find yourself with time for your vocations, while the bog dwellers go about their business. So we can forage for resources and get some more valuables. Or maybe study in private. A small global bonuses, or maybe we just mentor a companion. Well, mentoring is always the best, in my opinion, my friend. We once mentored Edwin, and Joe Darrell had one. I am inclined to mentor Fire. Let's see what she knows and what she can learn. Me? Oh, of course. Please tell me something I don't know, for there is lots of it. You sit down with Fire to go over some of the subtler aspects of the rite, such as the state of punishment and how to return from it. You sense she is beginning to understand. The more I think on it, I think that I don't like being banished very much. So we think what we can improve. The brief charge up time before Fire can cast her aura is greatly reduced, or maybe Fire jumps and power jumps farther than usual. While sprinting, Fire slows nearby adversaries, which seems pretty good to me. Oh, but it seems we can't do anything, she doesn't learn a level yet. So we go on with our journey. The Lone Minstrel finds you early the next day. Reader, it is Reader? Please, come have a look. The others are already there. So we step inside. The Black Wagon appears different now than it did even a day before. The hull is fully sealed and reinforced, and all manners of nautical equipment adorns the port side. Wow. You people seeing this? I'm gonna have a look around. The wagon should be fit for a sea voyage. Let us depart at your earliest convenience. What about Big Betrude? She then appears as if on cue. Tell that Sandalwood he owes us twice over. If I may, Big Betrude, you could tell him yourself. If you wish to accompany us in our voyage north, our group would welcome someone of your vast experience. Dare they make flirtations upon us? No, enough. But should you see that Sandalwood, tell him also to come and visit us again. Now, be gone from here, and tell no one that we were paid in favors. She slithers off without another word. Soon, the Lone Minstrel breaks the silence. We are fortunate that she assisted us, but we should go. Just as she said, I know the navigational controls and shall explain. This is so exciting. I don't know how to swim. Scream. Lizzo seems to share Fire's enthusiasm for heading out to sea. I'm beginning to feel ill already. So we set sail. To the realm of golf, my friends. The sea isn't the most welcoming one, but we are still happy. So Me and my companions watch the sea as your wagon rolls over the gentle waves. We have crossed into Wirm Gulf. I hope that all of you are acclimating well. There is no acclimating to these worm-infested waters. We risk everything to sail here. As long as we follow the cold current Big Betrud indicated, we shall be safe. If the next ride is in the middle of the sea, how will our adversaries meet us there? They shall find their way, as we find ours. It is all a part of the scribe's design. Now, reader, please confirm the next point on our sea journey. We seek the hulk of orcs. So we go to the outer Solis, fetid waters off the coast of Flagging Hands. Betrud's instructions are to navigate the maze of moss in a curving route bearing northwest. We usually drift around the big stones, getting slower but with some haste to our destination until we reach it finally. The wagon continues rolling gently across the waves, which seem to you a welcome change of pace after having come from Flagging Hands not very long ago. However, Joe seems more concerned now than before and paces ceaselessly. Grintail, how is he doing? Oh, Hedwin? Oh, he's pretty much the same. Been up all night, racing into the waters if I had to guess. His first time out at sea. His first. She turns to you. Reader, please check on Hedwin when you have the opportunity. He requires our support and we require his swift recovery. You wish them a good afternoon as you go check up on the others in the group. Later you find Hedwin looking out of sorts. Oh, hello, my friend. It's just the sea hasn't been good for me, I guess. It's funny, all this trouble just to get back to the Commonwealth, of all places. Hey, tell me something. What do you miss the most about that place? So we think for some time nothing springs to our mind, but food. It wasn't the best. There was some better cheesecakes in Seattle, in fact. The few friends we had the good ones for sure. But our book collections is what we truly miss. So many stories, some of us were written in fact by us. You tell him that you miss your book collection most of all after having taken many pains and risks to put it together. Ha, I figured as much. I bet they burned all of your books, didn't they? Those scum. Anyway, I'll be fine, I think. Thank you for checking up on me. You sense he wishes to be alone. There is not much to be done for him for now. So, may he soon get well. I'm sorry for my interruption, reader. Please again confirm the next point on our voyage. So we continue Bertrud's instructions and get to the Sea of Solis. Gently on the waves. What we see pleases our eyes right away. But it describes the sea. I didn't know it was so beautiful. Having escaped the waters of Wirm Gulf, you now can see what must be the hulk of Ores far on the horizon. Not everyone has taken well to the sea voyage, however. Tiso is wondering if Hedwin is feeling better. He requires further rest, Tiso. All we can do is to wish him a swift recovery. Reader, sir, from this point, our voyage must diverge from Bertrud's instructions. Please, consult with your companions about which course to take. So maybe we should go under King Pass. The north current toward the hulk of Ores runs as quick as under King Ores himself. Fab believes that the 8 scribes shall bless you here. Or the fathomless trench, the south current toward the hulk of Ores seems with fish and other sea life. Lizard wants to fish for something tasty here. Well, we go with Pyre because the scribes we honor. We find Pyre gazing down into the depths. The water is so beautiful, and yet it's very dangerous. They always say it's very dangerous if you fall in or drink enough of it. But the scribes, they have protected us, and they are watching. I just know. Even out here, in the waters of under King Ores, they urge us on. I feel it. I just know. There is no denying that the North Current sends you quickly on your way. Perhaps it is the thought of reaching land again, but you can sense a spring in everybody's step. So they reach quickness for the next ride. And here we are, near the place where the ride shall be. At last you arrive at the hulk of Ores. After journeying across the sea, it seems the next ride is to commence here soon. Though, there is no sign of your next adversaries, yet. We go to our wagon to see Jodarel for a quick talk. Reader, a moment of your time. You ask what is on her mind. Hedwin, he is beginning to recover from his illness. However, his sudden onset serves as a reminder, I believe. I have known Hedwin since he was a child. Even now, I hesitate to say that he is grown. Nevertheless, there are some things that even I would never say to him directly. For instance, I struggle with his confidence at times. Whether he leads us to our freedom or our doom, I am ambivalent. Speak not a word of this to him, of course, in case that is unclear. I shall tell him in my own way if and when the time requires. In any case, when times remind me of his mortal weaknesses, I end up having to consider what should happen should we become separated permanently. She trails off a while. What I mean to say is, you should know that I am fully pledged now to this quest of ours, whether Hedwin is the one to lead us to its end or not. I have my reasons. One of them is him. I expect the same holds true for you. That is all I wish to say. Take care, reader. She nods and brushes past you toward the door. And we look at our new wagon. It's quite a look, I see, but candles are still lit when they shouldn't be. And we go to journey. The last time we left when Empire was about to collapse. So we inspect. The Emperor Solemur knew naught of this, of course. His expedition yielded not the treasure he desired, but brought him closer to his country than he had ever been before. As he traveled down the river Sclorian in pursuit of greed, he found instead an inkling of shame. He saw the sunken faces of his people, heard their words for him. In time, he could not ignore it, and it proved more than he could bear. The river finally claimed him, his belongings, and his retinue. Once the people heard, I understand they cried with joy. Perhaps he ought have perished, but the mercy shown to him, I think, is what transformed him. So, the Emperor died. So we go to the slug market before we embark. Oh hey you guys, funny running into you out here, right in the middle of the drink. Know what I mean? Not a lot of customers today, so have a look, I'll give you a good deal. Well, we have only pinch of stardust, that's what all we want. And we are keeping our money for getting lunar glass. and we think whom we shall grant with a better tool. Well, maybe Boo Headwind deserved this time, but well, he wouldn't play this round. So we just go and try to be even more quick. And that's really part. Tell other friends about us, because I already told mine. So, that's being done, it's time to commence the ride. Having landed at the hulk of Ores, you and your fellow exiles now anticipate the hour that the rides are to commence again. What do you think, Tizo? Don't I look just like Mr. Hedwin? Goo-hoo! Tizo is worried that Hedwin is still feeling unwell. Wait, I think that's what. A serpentine creature emerges from the water, followed by several others of its kind. You recognize it as a worm of the sea domination. Worms, exiled worms of the sea domination, tend to seek out the cold of the downside seas. What they all are doing here, you see plain by their ritual raiments. The nearest one somehow loosens its mask. Good sirs and good ladies, so it is you that hate the summons to glorious competition against this knight and his brigade? Well then, let us do a battle now without delay. More than our freedom is at stake here, but our very honor, and this knight fully intends to reclaim his. Ah, and lest this knight forget, he is called Sir Gilman. He salutes you all on behalf of the Pyre until the contest. He splashes out of view, just as the stars above begin to shimmer with a strange light. The ride begins, my friends.
Relentless, aren't we, reader? Even the vastness of the sea was not enough to thwart your coming here unto the hulk of Ores. You would be wise not to underestimate your adversaries here, despite their pitiable look. I am, of course, referring to the Pyre Hearts. These rites are but another war to them, and that makes you their mortal enemy. I expect your battle to be glorious.
Your fellow exiles are gathered on the rotting deck of the hulk of Ores as your adversaries clamber into view. Wookie paws up to them. Say, what are you worms even doing here? Can't you just swim back to the Commonwealth? Or the Sea Domination or whatever it is you're from? Haha, an excellent point. It seems then that these adversaries in the right are clever. Wouldn't you say, sir? Just get rid of them already, Gilman. As your commanding officer, this knight hereby commands it. Hark! This knight wishes to introduce his noble commander. No Wyrum knight in history has withstood as many frontline battlers. Doff your helm, sir, as is our custom. May our adversaries tremble at the sight of you. Sir Gilman attends to his commander's mask despite his protests. Alright! Give this knight his mask! This knight hereby presents to you the great Sir Deluge, a noble visit, is it not? Sir Deluge trembles and squirms. So yes, you can swim, or not? Ha! Of course we knights can swim. All knights of the sea domination can. But we are exiles in this land the same as you. We can swim, it's true. But it is summarily impossible to swim back up the river down which we were flushed to end up here. Now, there is but one way to return. Silence, Gilman, nobody cares. Back to your post. Sir Gilman hesitates, but does as he is told. This knight knows who you are, Nightwings, and he is not afraid of you. He somehow climbs back into his mask and covers up to his full height. Now, engage! The exhaust of the Worm Triumvirate take their positions as you focus on the Book of Rites. Reader, Hedwin illness means he cannot help us here. He shall be counting on us.
Who shall strive for freedom?
Well, this time we want to be a quicker command. Let's go with our rookie friend. And also Fire is really fast. Maybe we should give a Tizo a chance.
Tizo.
And Jodel we want to try, but maybe Fire shall try and win this time. So let's just go over our enemies. Ooh. We need to be afraid to not get banished. So we choose Fire again. Faye.
It is done.
Oh wow, I have heard so many tales of the Worm Knights. I thought they would be more impressive. So, Gilman, status report. What is the enemy's position? They now stand ready to confront us, sir. A very brave triumvirate they seem to these knights, aye? Brave? Air-sucking monsters, one and all. Pyre, be ready.
Commence. Good.
And the rookie does a quick move, trying to get a
The
few points
Nightwings are the
fast.
first to strike.
And while the enemies are banished, Fire makes another move.
The orc
Quickness is, my friends, a key to the victory.
rookie
Rookie
plunged
says.
into their fire. The Worm Knight somehow did it.
Gilman, your form is sloppy. Why then, as you saw, your miserable life is on the line. Your word to warn me, sir. This knight gives every right his very, very best. So, perhaps we do have much to learn from such a brave triumvirate as the one whom we now face. Whose side are you on? Get out there and vanquish them at once. Wow, those bosses bicker even more than we do. Let's get them while they're busy fighting.
There seems to be dissension in your adversaries' ranks. It is little wonder these fool Worm Knights are no longer fit to serve the Commonwealth. Out to the flame!
And Fire does another move. Almost done, my friends, almost done.
Once more like that, and we are finished here.
And
It
Rookie
is done.
finishes the ride.
The Nightwings prevail. Their adversaries proved no match for them. The rite is complete.
Those ones are quick, alright, but Rookie Greentail is quicker. Screa! This was very pleased to have prevailed against the Worm Knight of the Pyre. The sea was making me a little queasy, honestly, but we still won. We won! This night commends you, noble Nightwings, gloriously fought indeed, and this night shall wistfully remember this defeat until the end of his days. Silence, Gilman. This is all your fault. Now, covering with our enemies, how dare you? This night was but a technique honored compliment, sir. It is not in accordance with the right to praise one's adversary on a worthy outcome. Worthy? This night will say you worthy, you miserable little minion. You are a failure, Gilman. Get now from the knight's side.
What What stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles? The moon-touched girl has greater understanding than it seems.
The scribes did to surprise us inspire me. Now I feel that I have grown somehow closer to them. Maybe. So we look at the masteries. Well, we'll go with the Ribbit Feet because fire runs a lot. And that is it, my friends, for today.
Until the next rite.
Until the next ride, the reader says, waiting to game to shot the saves. And here it is. Thank you for watching, and let the scribes watch over you, my friends.